Yay! Welcome to the call. All right, so this is super informal. Like, I don't even have notes because I'm not planning to talk at you at all. I just kind of want to brainstorm. I had a coaching call with Jake, and so when you get to Jewel status, you'll get assigned a business coach, and they're super helpful. And he's been kind of helping me look for different things to improve in my business, and so it's going to take teamwork. And so that's what the cool thing with Plexus is. Just I think I've relied so much on my own work. I have not viewed the team as, I don't know, I haven't had teamwork in mind. I'm just like, okay, I know what I need to do, and I have not been good at communicating that and like duplicating that down enough. And so I'm going to have to, for us to really work on things that need worked on, I need everyone helping everyone. So it's like the team effort. So he gave me a challenge, and he said he was just kind of on things, but he gave the overall shape. And so what happens in my first 3 levels, we have really good duplication going. And then as we get deeper, we don't have as much duplication. We have some. And so he said in my levels 6 and 7, we had 9 people added in March, and he'd like to see that be 20 this month. And so I'm like, well, let me get with the girls, see what we can do. And so I think I was going to ask you guys what you're doing in your businesses to work on duplication, to work on how you're, I guess, what your overall maybe goal, what you're working with your people on, if you have wholesalers, that kind of thing. I would love to hear from you guys what your thoughts are and how we can go, like, basically double.
Just to clarify, he's telling you he wants you to double your levels 6 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Rachel and Chantel. They're your 6. They're your 6, and Shelby's your 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's you 3 little girlies right there. That's good for you. Those are good people to have for 6 and 7.
And then there's another gal that's going to listen to the recording. Her name is Linda, and so she would be my level 5, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So she would be affecting my level 6. So, I would love to hear maybe how many, what your teams look like. If you have ones that are wanting to go silver, or even working with several people just to even add one person. Just kind of curious what you're.
I'm just starting to go a little bit faster, and Shelby's one of my runners, I think, officially.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
and she got somebody last night that is that was only able. Is she on, Shelby?
No, I haven't heard from her yet.
It's Taya.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw her welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to be an amazing story. I'm super excited because she's only able to join.
Yeah,
she wasn't. She's not. Yeah, she is not able to even get products yet. And so Shelby and I are going to be specifically looking for ways to help this girl succeed fast.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be pouring into her, and I would definitely appreciate any specific things that we should put in her hands. Graphics are huge because it gives people something to share instantly that they don't have to think about.
Mm-hmm.
It's already made for them. And I think that was my biggest fear when I started was I don't know what to share. Not when you just get started.
Yeah.
You don't know which angle to come from, and you don't know who you're sharing with, and you don't even have a story yet. So
Mm-hmm.
she wants to seriously jump the gun and get started, which I don't even have as an experience because I didn't start sharing until I had my own story.
Mm-hmm.
It's good for fast start gold.
What is it?
That fast start gold. Is that what you think that, Megan? If she really wants to crazy.
Yeah, I think that's what she's looking for. She's, has a brand new baby, is trying to finish school, so she really wants to go for it. So what I did was I watched, I think Jess redid what's her name? The McCall's video, the
Yeah.
24. And that was really empowering. I was able to say, like, let's post, just tell people what you're doing and follow X, Y, and Z people, and, you know, just give her a few simple resources. That was helpful to me to have that video, because I'm new myself, so I'm learning as I go too. But that video helped me a lot.
Yeah. And I have been, as soon as people join, I get on the phone with them either when they're joining or right after, ask them what they're thinking and if they're interested at all in sharing. And a lot of them say, oh no, I need to get a story first. And so I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I said, I totally get that. Then I just plant the idea in their mind, like, hey, what I've been doing with a lot of people is just encouraging them to post just one time. I'll give you what to say, what to share, because you never know who else in your circle of influence is also thinking about starting Plexus, or they're praying for a health answer or a financial answer. And I said, really, your friends don't have to have your story in order for Plexus to work for them. I know that sounds crazy, and I understand the reason why a lot of people want to wait until they have something to share personally, but I'm like, use my story. Or, you know, I said, no pressure, but, you know, if you want to do that, it's totally doable. And you can maybe get a couple people with you, because accountability helps so much. You just get one running partner with you. Get your mom, your sister, best friend, or someone. And out of all the people I mentioned that to last month, there was a very high percentage. I think all of them that I mentioned it to made a post. And I think it takes the fear factor out for them. And it also gives them, it empowers them, like, oh, I can do this.
Love that idea. So what post did you send them? Like the one that is like,
there's a graphic for that, right? To make your first post. I can send it to you.
Amy, Paul, and Brooke Hemingway are at the top now, and they have amazing duplication, and it's because they plug every wholesaler into making at least one Facebook post. And they say, if you want to go silver, then post more. If you want to get your 3, just post more. And they said pretty much everyone can get to silver just by posting. And they said some people with a large network or a lot of influence can get to gold just by posting, which I thought that was simple. Like, wow, okay. But they said reach outs is where it's at, really. I mean, for people who
I think I got to gold with just posting. It wasn't until after gold that I started reaching out.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Yep. It was daily. Every day I did a post.
Well, don't you find that when the people that I get from just posting and just telling my story, it is so much easier, and it's a different thing, at least mine, because they're asking you.
Yeah.
So for me, that's better, because I like Shelby. I'm usually shaking in my boots still after almost a year of this. Whenever I cold message somebody and I just get sort of a pit in my stomach. But when people just ask me, it's like such a different thing. I love it, excited. I'm like, oh my goodness, yes. Like, what can I do? And it's I love that experience when someone reaches out to me because of a post and says, what are you doing? I want to do this with you. Then it is just pure fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Some people are scared to reach out. Kind of like they're scared to say, like, something's going wrong with me because of the products. You know, like die off. They'll be scared to message, because I was that way. I was that way with my sponsor. I was like, I don't know, I'm really bloated, but I didn't say anything to her. So I think that the reaching out kind of breaches that fear factor for the other people, because, you know, I mean, we don't know what the other person is thinking, but in light of potentials, but yeah, I would say the fear factor is real.
It does get less and less. It's not the same as when I started. I used to call it my plexus pit. It was offsetting all the good stuff. But it didn't last forever. It totally didn't. And a few of the people that have, and my sisters included, I'm sad to say, who have have left and gotten frustrated. They just didn't stick with it long enough to get past that pit. I mean, we're all really similar, so it was kind of like a hit or miss as far as like you just have to really push through that fear for a while, and then it gets less and less. And then every now and then there's a specific person that's just really kind of hostile or something. You're like, okay. But it's all good. I now feel like I've experienced like a whole array of responses, and I can brace myself for any of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's honestly like I compare it so much to like when I waitress and I offer every single table a cup of coffee. Do you know what I mean? It's like you're offering coffee, and I don't expect every single person to say they're going to take it, and I'm not offended if they don't, but I'm always going to offer it. Do you know what I mean? Like you're just offering something.
Yeah, that's good.
So
100 reach outs in a week. Was that last month?
yeah.
So that really broke the ice for me.
Did you do it?
Just one day of 20, I was like, this isn't that bad. Like it broke the ice. And like I think I've had 3 people contact me from that.
That's awesome.
It was right away. I was like, why did I did I make a mistake? But like, it's been cool to see just this week.
Yeah.
So getting people to post right away was really successful. I feel like for me, I'm just trying different things and then evaluating. Was that helpful? Was that not? How did people respond? So the posting thing, I think, worked. And obviously Brooke and Amy have had really good success with that. And so I'm going to continue encouraging that with my new people that join. And even going back to some of my old people and saying, because this is the thing, this has happened more recently in the last couple of weeks, is where if people don't tell their immediate circle, someone will.
Oh man, it's so true.
And it's very true. And I've had people in my downline who don't, like, I didn't know that they were wanting to work their business or whatever, and their relatives came to me and I signed them up. So, I mean, having, like, framing that, like, for people say, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to sell it. I don't want to, and I'm just to put that in their brain, like, well, do you want to be the one to tell your mom, or will you care if your best friend does?
Right.
I find for me, the majority of my age group, I'm 22, fresh out of college, and all of us are mostly on Instagram. So what I do is when I've reached out to someone, and as long as they don't say like a hard no, like, no, I don't want this, I have a separate Instagram for wellness. It's like food, workouts, all of this stuff mixed in with plexus. So then I add them to that. Or I follow them, which notifies them and gives them the choice to follow, and then they're able to see me daily rather than, here and there on Facebook.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's kind of how I'm coming at it.
I think that's huge.
Instagram is really largely untapped. I mean, I think definitely, yeah. So you're wise to be utilizing that for sure.
Isn't that how Bridget Ryan does most of her business? Diamond was with Instagram.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. I haven't quite figured that one out yet because she just like has a sort of a process where she like follows somebody or they find her and then she friends them on Facebook, doesn't she normally?
Oh,
and like builds relationships with them closer, and so she's always building her friend network.
Yeah.
You should look for that video, Shelby. It's like, what is it? Just Bridget Ryan.
Instagram something.
Yeah, 300 level 1 from Instagram. Yeah.
That's crazy.
He doesn't have that many videos, I don't think.
Yeah.
So it's going to be that hard to find.
I was such a person with social media, like on purpose. So I'm finding that having to really try and add people now, like from college and all these different places. People really want that. But yeah, it's been good to reconnect with people. So wait, I have a question about duplication. I started doing like group messaging like a few months ago with people that I thought would be interested in going silver.
Uh-huh.
And like it almost felt like it made it worse. Like, I don't know. Like, I would try to give them information on like going silver and videos. I'm so glad you, Amy, you started that one. But I feel like I think group messaging is separate about going silver. Is that more beneficial?
Say it again. Is what more? I can't hardly hear you.
Yeah, for some reason it's cutting out.
Shouting, I'm sorry. Okay, I wonder why.
Yeah. I mean, we're doing this. Yeah.
So, I'm just wondering if you think that I felt like group messages that I've tried to start for people, like I tried to start a silver group message a couple months ago, and it's been like super quiet. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Better. Yeah.
It just feels really awkward. Like, I thought it would get people excited, maybe talking to each other, but it's like super quiet. And I feel like it's made it worse. Like, I don't know if they're all like, they don't want to because nobody's saying, I don't know. But do you think it's just more effective as far as going silver to reach out personally and just going to people personally?
I think like for what we've kind of started is I've asked people specifically, do you want to go silver? And if they say yes, then I add them to the thread. I add them to the conversation, you know, and a couple said yes and a couple have left already, but a couple have like engaged. There's engagement too, you know what I mean? But I did ask them, do you want to go silver? Do you want to get your products paid for? And the ones who gave me crickets, I didn't add them. The ones who said yes, I have.
Okay.
And I think it depends on the personalities sometimes too of the people. You just never know.
Or where they're at.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have like the mental space and the time, I love being part of that stuff. And then other times I'm included and I just can't be a part of it. I don't have the time to keep up.
Sometimes I'm quiet, so it's hard to read people on Messenger, isn't it?
It is.
It's just so
Yeah. Before I forget, this is the wording I use with my new people that I'm signing up is, are you interested in getting your products covered?
Mm-hmm.
So just FYI. And then all of them said, yeah, they were. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this is how I did it. And then I send them the post. So anyways, that's just a side note. But I think, one thing that I've been doing is asking my people specifically, do you want to go silver? Do you want to add a couple people? Because I will help you do that. And then I add them to the little thread. But it is helpful if they, hey, Missy. It is helpful if they engage in those posts, have interaction like, okay, today's challenge is this. And then I'll a lot of times say comment done or screenshot your post when you've completed it for the day and we'll go love on it. So that there is some interaction. Mm-hmm. I agree, Rachel. Some people aren't, they're just in the stage where they're just like listening or, watching.
Yeah.
They're not acting yet.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's, with some
have a lot of those.
Yeah.
A lot of hand holding. A lot.
Yeah.
And so it's like baby steps. I think for some of us, we just kind of caught the vision, saw what people do, and we're like, okay, cool. We'll try that too. And then we try it and it works and we keep trying. And then other people, you have to just, maybe their color personality is not a strong red, or it's maybe an unhealthy yellow and they're very fearful. Please don't. Very fearful, very, held back by certain things. And so having to breathe a lot of belief, doing a lot of hand holding.
Mm-hmm. Amy had to do that for me for months, and still.
Suck you off the cliff every now and then.
Yeah. Yeah. If I could go back, I wish that I wish someone who had told me to make a first post. Maybe you did, Amy. I don't know, but I wish I could go back and start really like right from day one. I totally admire my downlines who are doing this. I love that. It's it will it will, in the end, it will be such a good story to have started right from the very beginning, like truly. And to be able to say, like, I'm just starting this out. Who wants to do this with me? And make that your post.
Yeah.
Right?
That's all you have to
People
do.
watch that the whole time. That's
Yeah.
cool.
It is. It's so great. I didn't really post anything until I started seeing like good things happening, and I had no reason not to, though, except I was really afraid for a long time. So
Rachel was a retail customer for months.
That's funny. Wow.
oh yeah.
Every month I was like, you are literally hurting my heart that you're paying retail every month.
Amy worked so hard to get me.
Rachel was mean to me.
I was mean.
That's funny. So my girl Wendy Lawson, she was one of my very first people. She hemmed and hawed forever, and then she joined 30 minutes after my special. We had a very funny start to our story, our journey, but she started sharing on Facebook from the get-go. I never said anything to her. She wanted to tell her audience if it didn't work or if it did work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word.
Yeah.
And one thing in light of the posting, Kathleen Harbin, she couldn't be on tonight, I guess, but she has a little thread of her newbies, and she is giving them the post to post each day. And she's like, I'm only doing this for 1 month, girls, and then you get your own posts.
That's awesome. I like
well, that I never ever have thought about that. I think maybe that's kind of a yellow personality, trying to, being the helper person. And I like that because I am not like that, and I need to be more, do that better with people.
I did an online sip and see that I modeled, and then any of my girls who wanted to do one, they could literally just take it and copy and paste it and tweak it and make it their own.
Mm-hmm.
4 of my girls have done it. Chantel did it the best.
Oh, that's gonna do it too now.
You do? It's totally what the girls put into it. Because, every day, all they had to do was take it, literally tweak it, copy and paste it. And some did it and some didn't. But Chantel did it and made her own and made it very her. She took her friends on a journey,
Mm-hmm.
And so she has made that now that her people can duplicate what she's done. You know what I mean? So
I love that.
yeah.
It's awesome. Couple, one girl joined, one girl ordered. I'm excited to show my girls that.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good thing to duplicate. And I think the 7-day challenge thing, we'll try it and see what we think at the end if it was beneficial. But I think that's really duplicatable too for smaller. You want to take it and do it with your teams.
Yeah.
The same idea. What is your do you feel like people that are joining are mostly wholesale people?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of my girls are like, I just want to wait. Sharing on Facebook isn't my thing. So I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm trying to be patient, but like you said, I want to give them the tools. I like what you said about the post, giving them that post.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think, and I haven't had a chance to do this yet, but I'm going to go back to some of my longtime wholesalers. And actually some of my closest friends have been longtime wholesalers. And they didn't want to sell anything, didn't want to tell anyone, which I was like, I didn't push that at all. I've always, I guess, with close relationships, just felt like I don't ever want anything to come in between my friendships, and I don't want plexus to be the reason we're not friends anymore or something. So I have not said much, but those girls are just now coming around. They're very timid yellows.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but I'm like, girls, if you want to do this, I'm happy to help you. And I kind of feel like I dropped the ball somewhat for not pushing them a little bit more, because I know what the business is now. It could totally bless your socks off. And so I've gone back and told them, I'm sorry, I have not supported you like I should have in the beginning, and just encouraged you to do it with me. But I think planting those seeds in their mind, because previously I was just like, oh, that's fine. You don't have to say anything on Facebook. You don't have to tell anyone. You can just be a closet ambassador. But really, that's like setting the bar so low. And,
Yeah.
and so now I'm saying, well, you know what? You never know who's praying for an answer. Just putting those ideas in their mind, because sometimes that's all it takes. And really, if I would have been on a call from the get-go when I started, it wouldn't have taken me 6 or 8 weeks to share on Facebook or share with people about, like, because I already saw potential with the business. It was just like I needed someone to pour belief into me. Like, oh yeah, you can do that. It's totally doable.
Right.
No. So I think it starts with me verbalizing that to my new people.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to that Logan guy who called me today.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to find, I just took a couple notes, but like he was asking me what my IPAs are, you know, and so I was like kind of sheepish because I know that they're not a lot, but they're consistent. You know what I mean? In this stage of life, I said, well, it's nothing glorious, but it's like I reach out to 2 new people. I follow up with 2 people I'm already talking to. I check in with 2 of my customers and 2 of my ambassadors, you know? And he was saying that he's such a believer in simplicity, you know, and he said we complicate things so much, and he's like it's the daily consistent simplicity that gets you, you know what I mean, that gets you where you need to go. And he was like the three things he tells everyone to focus on are duplication, which is what we're talking about, attrition, which is where we're encouraging people like, please have your personal convenience order turned on, please keep it on, you know, and then the building into leaders, the leadership. And that's where I feel like I'm weak, because I know what works for me and I can just go about my day and do my thing, and, you know what I mean? But like you say, building that belief in the people that I'm signing up and just leading them, you know, because this has happened so organically for me. It's still unexpected for me. So
I agree with that, Amy. The organicness in this, what I call like accidental business thing.
Yeah.
And I think in order to be more effective and to really help this business be an actual business, I have to get like a business brain. Where I have to be complex, but just more intentional about, well, every single person should be getting free. Every single person should be sharing, at the very least, with a few of their closest people. And following up with them too, because I think if you're, and this is the thing, is one of my friends that I had no idea she was in you know, wanting to get her products paid for or work her business. I mean, she didn't have her sign out. Like, your relatives aren't going to come to you. They're going to come to the girl on the most passionate on Facebook, sharing about how and why these products work and why they're so great and why the business is awesome. So Shelby, are you silver yet?
No.
Not yet. Okay.
Just one though, right? Just one away?
One away. It took me since July to get my mom on board. Oh, so usually grabbing mom and best friend wasn't easy for me.
Oh, me neither.
Yeah.
My sisters are on plexus.
Yeah. So what I told her was, because she was like, don't you dare tell anyone that I'm doing this. I said, okay, Mom, but, you know, since you're going to be an ambassador for the best price, like that way, if you tell your coworker, you're set up to get your products cheaper. So I think it's in her head a little bit. Anyways, but yeah, I just have my mom and the one girl who could only afford the $35 to sign up.
Okay.
I'm so excited for her. I have like this gut feeling that she's going to have such a good story, and I've just been praying for her. I'm excited.
That's the happy homeless girl, right? Who's like, what is she, a senior Ruby now?
Yeah.
You talking about?
I love that story.
Yeah, her friend paid her $35, so, you know, she couldn't afford anything. Yeah, she's senior Ruby now. At least she's probably beyond that now.
Yeah, she's under. I think too, like face to face, like if you can FaceTime with the 3 of you and like brainstorm together, like little things that she needs to do in order to make it happen for her to get to silver, and to do it this month, like just building that belief. Like even Shelby, you said with your mom, just putting those ideas in her head, she'll think about that. And when those coworkers are complaining about their migraines or their whatever they have going on, she might have the courage to say something like, hey. And that's the thing too that I've noticed with relatives. Some people come to me and they don't want to join their relative that's on my team. They're like, please don't tell them. No, seriously. I don't know what it is with relatives. Like, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if my sisters go through someone else if they decide to do plexus. Seriously, some people are so private. Like, they don't want their relative knowing about their health things.
My brother's like that. My brother John doesn't want anybody to know.
Oh, goodness. So funny.
Family definitely is the hardest.
Yep. Agreed.
What was that? Oh, family. Yeah.
I have like 3 different ambassadors that are like, well, one girl isn't family, but then my mom and sister, and I never want to bring it up. I know they love the products, but like they aren't on for had a convenience, and yeah, awkward.
So the convenience order thing, that's been a huge thing that everyone's talking about now because there's a lot of people that aren't setting them up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of it has to do with verbiage when we're helping people join.
I agree.
And I tell people like, hey, when I'm sending them directions or I'm talking to them on the phone, I'm like, hey, you need to set it up because you'll maximize your 6-day money guarantee. And they're like, oh, okay, cool. And they set it up. The what was I going to say?
Sorry, what?
I just tell them, I'm like, hey, make sure when you're ordering, you do your welcome pack, and then set up the triplex for your convenience order because you want to maximize your 60 days because you get that money guarantee. And then I'm like, put your info in and process, and you're done.
I don't give people an option. Like I said, 2 things you have to do. You have to choose your welcome pack because it's a one-time less than wholesale. It's like a thank you from Plexus for going wholesale. You want a welcome pack. It's the cheapest time you'll ever be able to get your products and set up your personal convenience order. You have a 60-day money-back guarantee. You want it to ship the next month.
Yeah.
And I would say 95% of my people do.
Yeah. And if people, even if they're, they need to be on the product 60 days. If they're not willing to give it that amount of time, then they're not ready for Plexus.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just tell them that.
Person.
And
I have said that a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they, what was it, that 80% of the people that don't set up convenience orders don't reorder?
Yep.
And it's a pain because you're trying to hunt people down and like,
you're chasing them the next month. It's true.
And I have a question about that because I started out so bad at that. Like I'm trying to work on that, but I have so many that I want to. What would you like reach out? What would be your verbiage for going back to people that are like maybe 3 months old that still don't have it? I just have a hard time like wording it to encourage them to.
Well, I would probably say, hey, hey, it's come to my realization that I have not used I have not taught people correctly in light of the importance of setting up a personal convenience order. And I would probably just say, I'm encouraging everyone to just set that up because it makes life so much easier for me. I don't know. What would you say, Amy? How would you word that?
Are they buying, Chantel? I mean, I've seen like
there's like one girl that's not every month, and then one girl that stopped. I don't even know like
you're Nicole Fitzwater.
Yeah.
She signed up quite a few people, and every person that she has signed up, nobody set up a convenience order.
She kind of made me feel like she didn't want profit at all. Like she doesn't care about that part. I don't know. But I'm talking about like I have one girl that never had it on because she was just afraid of it. And then I have another girl that she was like, she likes the product and she just hasn't turned it on. I've reminded her. And I think she's fearful of it being like in like a, I don't know, something that you can't stop. Sure. You know?
You could say, hey, Megan's telling me that I need to have everyone turn their convenience orders on. So could you do that for me for a favor?
Complicate it. That's what it is, probably.
Yeah, and for people that say, oh, I'm scared it's going to go through and I won't have the funds or something, I'll just say, hey, I'll write your name down on my calendar. I'll send you a message 2 days before, just to FYI you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I tell people that it's one less thing they have to think about, because
if they're serious about it.
I literally say we're all forgetful. This takes this out of the equation. You don't have to worry. But I did start out more like Nicole or whoever you were just talking about. I started out that way. I started out saying you don't have to. I made it sound kind of like you could choose. Why would you want to even? I mean, we go in and order stuff. I usually end up jumping the gun because I get so much product. But I have that in place not only to be an example, but just in case, like, we have an off for a really busy month, I know what's going to come.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I just tell people is like, just turn this on so that you don't have to worry about ordering. And if you need to jump the gun and order something ahead, then do it. This is just a safety precaution.
Mm-hmm.
It's just there in place.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had nearly as much trouble having people turn that on late. And it was all about what I was saying.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think moving forward, it's like what you said, Megan, like I'm a lot more straightforward now. Like I say, Plexus gives a 60-day money back guarantee. So you have to try it for at least 60 days. But honestly, it takes our bodies 3 months to get used to something new in our system. And then a month for every year we've struggled. So like you said, Megan, if you're not thinking, like if you're not ready to commit to this for like a solid 3 months, then you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like a little bit of tough love, but then it saves a lot of headache
Yeah.
down the road. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I told somebody that and they were like, no, please, I want to try this.
Oh, no.
I said, I don't know if this is for you. Like, this is not a wishy-washy thing. This is a lifestyle change.
Mm-hmm.
This is permanent.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
and she was like, no, sign me up. Turn my ownership on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to the girl that's signing up people, everyone without welcome convenience orders, you can maybe just do a little FaceTime and do a little training with her as to why we have to do that, and just so that she knows that it's actually helping her people and it's also helping her.
Well, I don't even think they're getting 100 PV now. They're just buying like random products, aren't they? Yeah.
So she's not making, and she's like having no benefit of any of those people. They would have been better as preferred customers.
Exactly.
And I didn't and she dumps and people up right away. I should have explained, preferred for people that aren't getting more than 3 products.
Does she know that now? Or can you go back
So
and
when you
explain
signed
that?
Your phone's wonky, love.
you kind of took a
Yeah, we're hearing like 2 out of every 20 words.
oh, bummer. Okay.
We heard that.
Shoot, I don't know.
So say she just kind of jumped the gun and what?
She seems like she's taking a little backseat. I need to into her a little bit. She kind of made me feel like she wanted a little break. I don't know. She's having health issues, so
Okay.
yeah. So I don't know.
Sometimes when people pull out like that, it's a signal to me that I need to work with them closer.
Okay.
And your people's stuff that's going on in their life really affects their business.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had people pull out because they're now a single mom. they're going through a divorce or a death or something like that. And so some of those people you just love where they're at, and so life aligns for them. But then other people pull out because maybe they're not getting that support from me, or we just need to do a FaceTime or a one-on-one chat at the coffee shop and just work IPAs together or something like that, where it is very much relationship-based business, and I'm realizing that more and more.
Mm-hmm.
Megan, how do you keep up with everybody when you have so many? Because I'm already the lists and different like 27 different people. That probably doesn't sound like anything to you, but it is to me. Like keeping in touch with these people, making sure that how do you manage so many? Like, how do you actually do that?
Oh my. I feel like a hot mess a lot of times. Like I don't have, it's like having all these balls in the air and trying to figure out how to stay balanced. But really, I don't have that many people that I am pouring into as business builders. Does that make sense? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I have people I trust. So like I talk with Lisa, and then I talk with Angie, and then Amy works somewhat, chitter chattery. And Rachel, I feel like I communicate with you, I don't know, every so often.
Yeah.
What's that?
Often?
Every so often, yeah.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. It's just when I feel like people are taking care of their people. And so,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like I'm having to reach out to levels down deep or anything like that. So I'm kind of pouring into the ones that I can, and then they're pouring into their people. But
Yeah.
I'm seeing that instead of just me being focused on like my business and what I'm doing and my IPAs, like actually having more communication with my teammates has really been beneficial. Even if that means like I'm sending out congrats little voice messages to people that added new ambassadors today. I feel like that's been huge. Like just giving little shout outs like, hey, I saw you got a new ambassador. Awesome. Super short and sweet.
I love that about our team. We're just so kind, and we shout out to each other, and everyone's always cheering each other on, and that is so special. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm. And that's where I think that these chat threads can come in handy, because when like Shelby, you're one person away from silver, like in that thread, that should be like, woo, Shelby just got her second person. Oh my word. She only needs, because what that does is that helps those other girls see like, oh, well, she just did it. So how'd she do it? That encourages them that they can do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Chantel, how many people do you have that are working on going silver? Do you have anyone working on it this month?
I have a girl that really wants to go silver, but she has tons of preferred. She has a bunch of preferred. But she doesn't have anybody wholesale. So we're working on how I told her I think that will eventually turn into wholesale. Does that happen often? I don't have a lot.
Yeah,
Definitely.
So I'm hoping for Lindsay, Amy.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So, and then I have one girl that just signed up last week, Rebecca. She wants to do a sip, so I'm excited. Okay. Hopefully, go silver. So I'm hoping to get momentum with her.
Yeah.
I noticed that in the beginning when they're really excited, a lot of them. So I'm saying,
helping her do that before the end of the month could be really huge for her.
Yeah.
To see that happen. And you were talking about the other girl, that has lots of preferred customers. Once those preferred customers have hit their 60 days, then she should be reaching out to them and asking them if they want to get their products cheaper, and then flip them.
Yeah.
Has she tried the product tester post?
Oh, yeah.
That one's like, I don't know, for whatever reason, there's some people on my team that have used that, and they're like, well, it wasn't good timing for me, but the times I've used that, I've signed a lot of people when I've used that product post. So if she wants to get 3 wholesalers, I would encourage her to try.
Okay, definitely.
And post it in the evening.
Yes.
Which one is that?
Go type in Megan Goff product tester, and it should pop up.
Okay.
It has like the list of symptoms, and people comment on with the number of which symptoms they're struggling with. And then what I did is for the first 5 people, or however many people, it didn't matter to me. For the certain spots that I had, I signed them up for this 90-day health journey. And after the end of 90 days, if they're consistent, then they get their $34.95 back.
90 days is smart.
Yeah. It definitely really should. It's 2 months. that's just when stuff is going to start getting good,
Yeah.
at least in my experience. And with a lot of the people under me, it's not even until around then.
But
And then, yeah.
Cool about the 7-day trial.
mhm.
I mean, I have a few people that are gonna. Well, is tonight the cutoff for that? By the way.
I'm not making a cutoff. I'm going to keep posting about it through next week. Because in my mind, that week is for information,
Yeah.
education, more than that they're going to see amazing results within 7 days. And so even if someone orders it on Monday, they still get plugged into all the information until they get there. And they can see everyone else interacting and getting excited. So that's my spiel on that. I will tag you in this post.
Yeah.
Anyone else want tagged in this post?
Please.
Okay. Shelby, are we friends? We are friends, yeah. Never mind. And Amy, you've seen that one, haven't you?
Yes. Yep. Shelby, do you have a lot of people doing plexus out where you live? You're muted.
Yeah, unmute, honey.
Huh? No one is doing it here.
So you've got like the world is your oyster out there.
I do. We have a roadblock. No one here, since they switched their credit card system, can sign up. So
Say it again.
no one here can enroll
Why?
with the way credit cards are working. So I actually would be silver by now, but I've spent a lot of hours with customer support. But yes, I have a lot of customers at work, and I just order for them, and they pay me cash. So I feel like that is holding me back. But
What's the deal with that? I mean, why don't the credit cards work?
something with smaller merchant systems, it won't allow to enroll. Like I don't have a convenience order on because it fails every month. I have to call in and do it.
Tell me again where you live again. I forget.
I'm sorry?
Where do you live again?
St. Croix, Virgin Islands. Anyways, that wasn't your question though. Yeah, no one here knows what plexus is, what it does. No one has heard of it. So that is kind of fun.
It is kind of a bummer, though. I have a friend in Germany that wanted to do it, and it doesn't ship there.
Yeah.
And she needs it.
Yeah.
So I ship it to people. I have different people around the world that.
Do you really?
I have a friend in Singapore. There was some missionaries that signed up in Mongolia.
Wow.
But so if they don't have a U.S. shipping address, like some missionaries will have stuff shipped to their United States address, and then someone ships it to them.
Mm-hmm.
That works. They can be ambassadors that way. And then
Do you just buy bulk? Do you like buy a lot and ship a lot all at one time, or?
yeah, yep.
Yeah.
I'll buy it through my ambassador account, through wholesale.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with markets where plexus isn't, it can take a little bit more time. So don't feel like something is wrong that you're not silver yet, because it can take when it's not widely known, it's a different problem than if everyone and their brother's doing plexus.
Exactly. That's my dream for it. But there's one lady here who does Herbalife. So everybody asks me, oh, is that like Herbalife? And I say, no. Yeah, but it's a lot of seed planting.
Okay.
And educating what it is.
Yeah.
I bring my empties to work because people,
Nice.
well, it's a whole different culture here actually. But people like to see the bottle and read for themselves. Even if they don't know what it is, they like to see it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, we need to wrap this up, guys. I don't want to keep you. What are some? What do you feel like is an achievable goal? Do you feel like you could each help one teammate go silver? before the end of the month. What's your thoughts on that? Have you ever thought along those terms before?
Mm-mm.
When you say that, Megan, what do you actually mean?
Pouring belief into someone on your team. I mean, some people just catch the vision and do it without any help from you.
Right. I'm just wondering, like, what tangibly, we talked about like giving people graphics, helping them with first post ideas, and I think those are tangible things. But like, I tried to help my sisters early on in the game, and I was giving them people. I could have had a lot more level one, and I misunderstood I misunderstood what that meant.
Okay, so helping go silver does not mean stacking.
Right. I was doing some major stacking, and I deeply regret it because it hasn't really worked out, but it was, yeah.
You're an eternal mother, Rachie.
Yeah. People have to want it enough to work for it. Not everyone wants it, or it's like not good timing for them. So finding the people that do want it and then working closely with them, whether that's over messenger or phone chats or coffee shop or whatever. That's one thing that I didn't even know what the Silver Stars trip was, but that's a trip you can win for helping the most people having the most people on your team go silver. And it doesn't have to be a whole lot. Some people have won it with 4 people going silver.
Wow.
I think when I won it, that I might have had 6 or 7. I don't remember. I did a big incentive for going silver or silver again. So I don't remember how many were actually silver and how many were silver again. But
what was your incentive?
It was I did like this Power of 3 theme, and so it was in December, and I did this Silver Bells challenge where anyone that went silver or silver again got 33.
That was fun.
So
I mean, we could coupon stack. Have you found that to be successful? I mean, Lisa and I have done that before when I've had a goal, and that's been successful for my people for whatever reason, where I pay 15, she pays 15. If they have their order, their convenience order turned on, let it go through at least twice. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can incentivize the people that are joining. It's sometimes people are highly motivated by a prize. If you know your people well enough to say, hey, I'm doing a little prize for those that go silver this month. I have this cute little whatever bracelet or a journal or a T-shirt or I don't even know. I feel like my team is highly motivated by prizes.
I like prizes.
So some teams aren't. So it's kind of like what you feel like your people are motivated by. So cool. Well,
yeah, for the challenge, I want to pour into Taya or Taya, whatever. How do you say her name, Shelby?
Taya.
I don't know. Like, she has my heart already because she's scrimping for this, and so I just want to see her like take off and have her life changed. So, I have a couple other people that like on their own momentum signed up and started sharing before they even got their products. It's like, this is awesome. Like, no effort on my part at all. They are just taking off with it. And Amy's been praying prayers over that for like a year. So, but as far as her, and you too, Shelby, like, I just want to see you succeed in this. And, so I'll just do whatever it takes. I don't know, like, I'm up for giving money and prizes and kind of doing that stuff too.
Would it be helpful to hop on a Zoom with those people that are on your team? Like, Rachel, if you hopped on with like 2 or 3, like, I feel like sometimes it's the smaller groups that really where you can invest in people and hear what their thoughts are.
I haven't done my own Zoom yet. Should we try to do that? Maybe Amy can do one with me. Me and like from her down on my because I definitely I can feel it. Like, I feel like from me down this whole next year could be pretty good. I think that I have a couple, not only one, but a couple runners now that are going to be trying to do this. And so I'm excited. And I do think I should probably try to do one of these things on my own. But
you gotta brainstorm a little bit with them, you know, same with you, Chantel, like, you know, I'm happy to do whatever, you know, if we want a coupon stack or if we want to, you know, I think the biggest thing, and it's starting, I can see it starting, is just getting our people to get over the hump of being scared to just post on Facebook, baby steps, you know, post on Facebook. And I'm not like once every other week, but like once a day or even every other day. And that's when because people need to know that you're taking it. People need to know that you're doing it. You know, that's like, it makes so much sense, but there's so many people who've never shared at all. Do you know what I mean? So I think a lot of our people are starting to do that. They're starting to share this little bit here and there, you know, and then like you've said, Megan, starting to even when we do our posts now, I do a lot of education about like, hey, you know what's cool about BioCleanse? But now talk more about, hey, you know what's cool? I just paid off my student loans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just bought my kids a dumb dog, you know, because of this extra, you know what I mean? But like the potential of what this actually has done for us.
Right. And people track with that, and that attracts different people.
Yep.
That doesn't attract all the time. I mean, it doesn't attract sick people. And I feel like that's where my posts have attracted a lot of sick people, which
me too.
I want to help those people. But I think I've gotten a vision for, wow, there are business builders out there. There are people that have been in other network marketing companies. And that's what this event that we did the other night, there was a girl there that was in Mary Kay. And she said that she's just starting to be bold with people like, hey girl. I mean, she knows these girls. She's like, I want you in this business for your business head because you'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Bold and telling them that. And so these girls that were there, they were totally tracking with the business and like floored because of how Plexus is structured. And I feel like I forget that because I'm just passionate about the products, but really the business is just as amazing as the products.
Right.
But people have to be sold twice. They have to be sold in the products and then they have to be sold in the business. But
I'm encouraged though, because like the statistic, 85% of the jewels who are jewels just started as happy wholesalers, never intending.
right.
So like who knows who we have on our team who, I mean, that's who I was. I never intended to sell. Ever.
Me too.
Yeah, me neither.
So that's encouraging. Right. So even the people that you already have on your team could be one of those people.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So that's encouraging.
Yeah. Okay. Well, once you guys have maybe a plan in your mind, post in that thread what your like plan of action is maybe, and that way.
The silver thread that I have.
Not in that one. What is this one called? Jake's Challenge. Yeah.
Okay.
And what you guys kind of come up with, I can maybe pass along to other people that are looking for a game plan. Use too.
Okay.
So think about it, pray about it, and hi ho.
Hi-ho.
Well, thanks, girls, so much for being on. I hope that there is some things to glean, and sometimes it's just helpful to hash through ideas and brainstorm together and talk about things.
Thank you.
Yeah. I just want to offer, since we're all here, Shelby, you especially, and Taya, but Chantel, like if you guys ever have graphic, like the needs for graphics that you just want to put out and you find it difficult to make them, I'm always happy to do that. Kurt's holding up this in the background. He says that you have to pay me, but I say
how about I go silver and that will pay you?
Yeah. Seriously, if you ever have anything that you're like, I want to shout out about this, but I'm really not gifted in making graphics, I can do most of them pretty quickly, unless they start getting pretty complicated, and then it can take hours. But for the most part, I'm happy to do that for our team. I love that. It's something I'm really naturally gifted at, and I'm happy to do it. So.
Yeah.
I use Sip and See. I love them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to say good night.
Okay.
Night, kids.
Girl.
Release.
Bye-bye.